Owning your own island can be a dream for many people. A private paradise where you can relax and escape the rest of the world. An exclusive oasis that only you can access. Though generally not cheap, owning an island is possible, and there are many privately owned islands all over the world. Most of them provide a private sanctuary for the rich and famous to unwind without the hassle of prying eyes. Sometimes, though, the island just wants to be left alone. Nestled in the Tyrrhenian Sea off the coast of Naples, Italy, Gaiola Island stands as a testament to centuries of intrigue and legend. The tiny island, part of the volcanic Campanian archipelago, is actually two small rocky islets connected by a narrow stone bridge. The name Gaiola has its roots in the Latin word caviola, meaning little cave, which perfectly describes the cavernous coastline of the nearby area. The history of Gaiola Island stretches back to ancient times, with its original name meaning Euplea, a protector of safe navigation. In those days, a small temple stood on the island, hinting at its spiritual significance. Some believe that the renowned Roman poet Virgil once taught his students on that very spot, drawing divine inspiration from its rugged beauty. As time passed, the island's landscape underwent significant changes. It's thought that Gaiola was originally part of the mainland promontory and was artificially separated later at the behest of Lucullus, a wealthy Roman general known for his lavish lifestyle. By the 17th century, the island was teeming with Roman factories, a stark contrast to its earlier, more serene state. The island's history is marked by a series of unfortunate events that befell its owners, contributing to its reputation as a cursed location. From financial ruin to mysterious deaths, the island's past reads like a suspense novel, leaving many to wonder about the true nature of its alleged curse. Fast forward to the early 19th century, and Gaiola Island became home to a mysterious figure known as El Mago, or the Wizard. That hermit lived a solitary existence on the island, relying on the generosity of local fishermen for sustenance. His presence added an air of mystique to the already enigmatic island. However, the story of El Mago took an unexpected turn. One day, without any warning or explanation, the hermit vanished without a trace. That sudden disappearance left the local community baffled and fueled the growing legends surrounding the island. The event marked the beginning of a series of misfortunes that would come to be associated with Gaiola, leading to its reputation as a cursed location. As the 19th century progressed, the island found a new purpose. It served as a battery in defense of the Gulf of Naples, its strategic location proving valuable for military purposes. That period marked yet another chapter in the island's diverse and often tumultuous history. In the late 19th century, a wealthy businessman named Luigi de Negri purchased Gaiola Island. De Negri, who owned a large fishery, saw potential in the small rocky outcrop and decided to make his mark on it. In 1874, he constructed the solitary white villa that still stands on the island today, a testament to his vision and ambition. However, de Negri's dreams were short-lived. Shortly after completing the construction of the villa, he experienced an unexpected and catastrophic turn of events. His once thriving company suddenly went bankrupt, plunging the formerly rich man into poverty. The villa's ownership then passed to Nelson Foley, a maritime engineer and brother-in-law to the famous author Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Foley's connection to the island extended beyond Gaiola itself, as he also owned Villa Becchi on the mainland opposite the island. The 1920s brought a new owner to Gaiola, but the change in ownership did little to lift the cloud of misfortune that seemed to hang over the property. Hans Braun, a Swiss businessman, took possession of the island and its villa, likely drawn by its beauty and seclusion. However, Braun's time on the island was cut tragically short. In a shocking turn of events, he was found murdered in his own home, his body wrapped in a rug. The circumstances surrounding his death remain a mystery, adding to the island's growing reputation for danger and misfortune. The tragedy didn't end there. Shortly after Braun's murder, his widow met her own untimely end. She drowned in the sea near the island, further cementing Gaiola's reputation as a place of doom. The back-to-back tragedies left the local community reeling and fueled speculation about the island's supposed curse. Perhaps the most notable owner of Gaiola Island was Giovanni Agnelli, the head of the Fiat automobile company. Agnelli, who transformed Fiat into a global brand, became Italy's richest man in the process. His acquisition of the island seemed to mark a turning point, with many hoping that his success and influence might break the cycle of misfortune. However, even Agnelli's wealth and power couldn't shield him from tragedy. During his ownership of the island, he experienced a series of personal hardships that left many wondering if the curse of Gaiola Island had struck again. The first blow came when Agnelli's son's body was found under a bridge in what appeared to be a suicide. That devastating loss was followed by another tragedy when Agnelli's nephew, Umberto, died from a rare form of cancer at the young age of 33. Umberto had been groomed to take over the Fiat empire, and his untimely death dealt a severe blow to both the family and the company. Those personal tragedies, occurring in the shadow of Gaiola Island, only served to deepen the mystery surrounding the property. Even Italy's richest man, it seemed, was not immune to the island's alleged curse. The stories of these notable owners, from Luigi de Negri's sudden financial ruin to Hans Braun's mysterious murder and Gianni Agnelli's family tragedies, have become part of Gaiola Island's lore. Each tale adds another layer to the island's reputation, leaving many to wonder about the true nature of its supposed curse. While skeptics might argue that those events are mere coincidences, the sheer number of misfortunes associated with the island has led many to believe that there might be more to Gaiola than meets the eye. Whether curse or coincidence, the island's history continues to fascinate and unsettle those who hear its story. The legend of Gaiola Island took another dramatic turn when billionaire tycoon John Paul Getty became associated with the property. Getty, an American oil magnate and one of the wealthiest men in the world, acquired the island, adding it to his vast portfolio of assets. However, as with previous owners, Getty's connection to Gaiola seemed to bring a series of tragic events to his family. The Getty family experienced a string of personal tragedies, with the first being their oldest son committing suicide. Adding to the family's grief, Getty's youngest son also passed away under mysterious circumstances. But that wasn't the end of Getty's suffering after purchasing the island. The most notorious incident associated with the Getty family's ownership of Gaiola occurred in 1973. John Paul Getty III, the 16-year-old grandson of the oil tycoon, was kidnapped by the 'Ndrangheta, a notorious Calabrian mafia. That event would become one of the most high-profile kidnapping cases in history, drawing international attention and further cementing Gaiola's reputation as a place of misfortune. Initially, Getty Sr. refused to pay the ransom, believing the kidnapping to be a hoax orchestrated by his grandson. That decision had dire consequences. To prove their seriousness and force Getty's hand, the kidnappers took drastic measures. They cut off the teen's ear and sent it to his grandfather in the mail, along with a lock of his hair. That gruesome act finally prompted Getty to take action. He agreed to pay a ransom of nearly $3 million for his grandson's safe return. The kidnapping ordeal lasted for months, leaving a lasting impact on the family and adding another dark chapter to Gaiola's history. The kidnapping and its aftermath left deep scars on the family, both emotionally and financially. The psychological effects of the kidnapping led John Getty III to a severe drug and alcohol addiction. In 1981, he drank a cocktail of alcohol mixed with Valium and methadone, which caused liver failure, and he had a stroke. The stroke left him quadriplegic. The island's reputation for bringing misfortune to its owners continued even after the Gettys. The last private owner of Gaiola Island was Gianpasquale Grapponi, who had a successful insurance company. Unsurprisingly, his fortunes took a dramatic turn for the worse. In 1978, Grapponi's insurance company suddenly closed its doors, and he found himself imprisoned due to unpaid debts. To add to the tragedy, his wife lost her life in a car accident. Those events marked the end of private ownership of Gaiola Island. Today, Gaiola Island stands as a silent witness to its tumultuous past. It is now part of the Gaiola Underwater Park, a protected marine area owned by the region of Campania. The island can be approached by swimming or boat, offering panoramic views of the surrounding area. The abandoned villa and narrow streets stand in eerie silence, seemingly whispering tales of the island's dark history to those who visit. As one looks at Gaiola Island from the mainland, it appears to float in the waters, perhaps searching for its former glory days. The island's history, marked by the tragedies that befell the Getty family and other owners, continues to fascinate and unsettle those who hear its story. Whether curse or coincidence, the tale of Gaiola Island and its many owners remains a captivating chapter in the annals of mysterious places. The history of Gaiola Island, from its ancient Roman connections to the enigmatic hermit and the ill-fated villa, has contributed to its reputation as a place of intrigue and misfortune. The locals' reluctance to go near the island, citing a long history of disappearances, drownings, murders, and suicides associated with its inhabitants, only serves to deepen the mystery surrounding this small piece of land in the Tyrrhenian Sea. Whether you believe in the curse or not, a lot of pain and suffering has been caused to the people who have been associated with it, so if you want to check it out, it might be best to see the island from afar. Thanks for letting us tell you this sinister story. If you enjoyed it, subscribe on whatever platform you're on, and hit like, rate it, or leave a comment. Join us next week when we'll take you somewhere sinister.